According to an ancient Chinese saying, food is paramount. In ancient China, cooking the daily meal was the most important event of the day. That day in 1747 was like any other. On orders from the Hall of Metal Cultivation, a group of uniformed eunuchs emerged from the Imperial kitchen with tables and fancy dishes in elaborately painted wooden boxes. Qianlong had decided to dine that day in the Palace of Many Splendors. The Imperial kitchens only prepared meals for the Emperor, and the head chef was handpicked by the Emperor. There were two Imperial kitchens. The larger one, called the Outer Kitchen, was outside the Gate of Good Fortune and was mainly used for banquets. The other one, called the Inner Kitchen, was next to the Hall of Metal Cultivation and was responsible for most of the Emperor's meals. The first stage in a meal was delivering the food. The eunuch then tasted it before it was served to make sure it wasn't poisoned. Whether it was a banquet or an ordinary meal, it had to have a good balance of hot and cold, sweet and salty, meat and vegetables, dried and fresh items. Every meal also had to include expensive delicacies, such as birds' nests and dried venison. Even a dish with common vegetables like cabbage had to include rare and expensive ingredients. For example, one duck dish called for boiling the meat, frying it and adding sauce, grinding it to a paste, coating it with shrimp and walnuts, and finally, sautéing it. Sometimes, the Emperor honored court officials by giving them his leftover food. The tableware used by the Emperor was even more extravagant than the food. In addition to gold, silver, porcelain, and enamelware items, there were also utensils made of jade, agate, hawksbill, and ivory. After the Emperor finished eating, everything was carried back to the kitchen by a throng of uniformed eunuchs. The inner Imperial kitchen is now in ruins. Only a few stones scattered in a corner hint at its mysterious and busy past.